So the focus of today is
aiming.
And how do we aim?
By focusing.
So the aim of today's activities is to focus so that we can aim. Show you activity number 1. So it can be as simple as digging a little hole and rolling a ball into it. Okay, and of course you have to know where the hole is, and you have to know where you are to be able to judge the distance and how hard you have to roll it. Now, of course, to make it more difficult, you can make the hole smaller. You can make the terrain a bit rougher. Then it's of course more of a challenge. Or you can repeat what we did the other day, which is throwing them in. Okay, so lots of different variations, and I'm sure that once you start playing, your kids will come up with some as well.
So today our focus is all about aim. So we're just playing games that are developing our aim. So I'm going to play a game of beach marbles outside. You don't necessarily need to be at the beach. And I'm going to start by drawing a circle. And of course it's great if you get your kids to draw the circle, because they're playing with shapes and patterns, and they're getting that, developing the skills to write later by drawing on a big scale rather than a fine scale. So I've just drawn a circle on the sand. I'm going to put my target in the middle if it's going to stay there and not blow away in the wind. And of course you can graduate the game, making it harder by moving further away or closer if it's too challenging. And my goal is to knock the ball out of the circle, just like I was playing marbles. Bit of wind assistance there, never hurts. So, but that's a good thing to talk about as well. So that's just another idea that you can do to develop aim. It's all about graduating the challenge. Remember that 7 out of 10 success rate. If I kept playing with that beach ball, one throw, bang, it's out of the circle, I get pretty bored after a while. So, you know, different little things. We happen to find this on the beach actually, but I'm just gonna up the ante a bit and see if I can miss. Try again. Missed again. Try again. Closer. I'll get there in the end. Ooh, nearly came out of the circle. So these games can develop will and persistence as well. Keep you at it. You know, the more you challenge yourself, the more will and persistence it takes to be successful. So you can find different techniques, do different things, try different ways, experiment, and encourage your kids to as well. That's what it's all about. So in other games we can play with aiming is aiming for a moving target. So we're going to start off with the beach ball. So I'm going to ask Beata here to roll the ball. The wind's going to assist it, and I'm going to try and hit it with these two balls.
And it's all about working with what's happening, right? So it's windy. We go, all right, how can we
have fun with the wind?
How can we use it?
Oh! So it must be your turn.
All right.
All right, you have a go. You ready?
I'm always ready.
Ready, steady, go! Oh, yes! Oh, 1 out of 2. Well done.
Cool. So if that was too easy, if that target's too big, then we can use a smaller ball as the target.
Yahoo.
And if it's too difficult, then we can use a bigger ball to throw at it.
Exactly.
And an example of a smaller ball as a target.
It doesn't want to move as much.
No, it doesn't. So it's all about playing. It's all about, what conditions have you got? What have you got available, and how can you get inventive with it? Because that's what this challenge is about. It's about giving you inspiration to think of your own ideas, to come up with your own play.
So we can also practice aiming through 10-pin bowling, and there's nothing wrong with getting soft drink bottles filled with a bit of water in the bottom, using a soccer ball as a bowling ball, and playing 10-pin bowling.
We did that at a market, so I made up a little fun fair thing. And we also used hula hoops and had little sticks sticking out of the ground, and we'd throw hula hoops over them like
hoits.
Like quoits, exactly,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. Now I know a really big moving target that I want to whack.
I get that's going to be me. I've only got...
So here we have a mix. I'm just going to come over this side, like a mix between dodgeball and what's the other one? Red Rover? I don't know. Tips and dodgeball mix.
Uh-huh.
These are just things that we come up with on the spot a lot of the time. Or we go, what can we play? Or sometimes if we're working with kids, we just see what they're already doing and give them other ideas.
Yeah, that's it. So it's about inventing the fun, and you don't need much.
No, you don't need much at all, except for this little thing up here. So the great thing about coming to the beach or going to a park or somewhere outside where you can have dig holes or whatever, if you can just bring a few different sized balls, maybe a frisbee, which you can also aim at things, then you've got a whole heap of fun, right? You can make a little snowman out of sand, which I have seen done. We can make little shapes, and these are little eyes, whatever you want to do. But I did want to talk a little bit about aiming, because aiming is one of the best ways to develop focusing skills. How do we aim? We need to know where the thing that we're aiming for is, right? But that's not enough. We need to know where the thing that we're aiming with is. Where are we in relation to that object? Can we point our eyes towards it? And can we move our hand so that this thing goes where we're pointing our eyes? Now, if we miss, it doesn't actually mean very much about the motor skills. It actually means that we're not looking where we think we were looking. So often when kids aren't very good at ball sports, what it means is that their eyes are not directed at the thing that they're looking at. And what often happens is that when these children get to looking at books or other objects, they can't point their eyes with ease, which means that it's difficult for them to focus on their written work. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind, but little games like this are actually helping them develop the skills because they're playing with it. They're looking at, where is that ball? Did I throw it too far? Did I throw it too close? And it's good to talk to them about it so that they can self-reflect. Without self-reflection, it can feel a little bit aimless, and it can feel a little bit pointless, especially if they miss a lot of times. But if you bring in something like, oh, okay, that didn't quite make it. Did it go too far or too close? Did it go too much to one side or the other? And what do you need to do to get it closer next time? And it's that self-reflection that turns that adjustment knob in our neurology that allows us to then develop more accurate focusing skills. So once again, it's not just fun and games. It's play with purpose. So the focus